Hey y'all, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 5 lunchbox ideas. This is everything that I packed for my husband to take to work last week. If you're curious about what he does for work, he is a truck driver, he hauls fuel, and he does have access to a microwave. He can do it at the gas stations that he's unloading at. So yeah, there's that. So as we were grocery shopping, he picked out this buffalo chicken flatbread and said that he would really like to have that one day. So I just popped that baby in the oven and cut it into squares and folded that up into like tacos so it would fit in the container. I also sliced him up a Granny Smith apple and gave him some of this crunchy peanut butter to dip those in. And then he also has these little pickle, cream cheese, pepperoni roll-ups. This is my all-time favorite snack at the moment. I have it literally almost every single day. Josh likes these too, but he's not near as obsessed as me. So yeah, if you haven't tried this before, I'd highly recommend it. It's also really good with salami instead of pepperoni. But yeah, I'm just going to throw in this little clip of me throwing these together. I'm just going to take that little lid and pop that on top of the peanut butter so that I don't forget. And then I decided to throw in one of these Pillsbury birthday cake bars, just trying to clean out the pantry. We've also tried the brownie version, and that one is our favorite. And then lastly, I just threw in some of these sriracha almonds. To drink, he has a Gatorade Zero, a Diet L8, and I always pack him this big container of water. This is the only day that I show the drinks, but that's what he took every day. And I love this salad container. I've talked about it in my previous videos. I found it on Amazon, so I will definitely leave a link to it down below in my description box. This is the lunchbox that he is currently packing. I found it at Walmart. As you can see, everything fit in there nicely, even with a large ice pack, and there's still plenty of room. Moving on to Tuesday, he is a huge chili dog lover. So I just took 3 ballpark beef hot dogs and cooked those in the air fryer. They look a little wonky. I'm not even sure why, but whatever. And then in his thermos, I just made a quick little chili to put on top of the hot dogs. So I browned up 2 pounds of ground beef, and I found this Tam's chili seasoning at my local Save-A-Lot. It's the first time I've ever seen it. I don't know if you can buy it everywhere, but if you do see it, I think you should totally grab it because it had a really great flavor. I would definitely buy it again, and we had a ton of leftovers, so I just froze them, and I plan on using it for like nachos for like a later dinner one day. So yeah, anyway, so the way that I prime his thermos is I boil some water, I pour it in the thermos and seal the lid. I set a timer for 20 minutes and then I dump out the water and then I put in the hot food and screw on that lid. And it'll stay hot for several hours. I've never personally done it for myself, but he always tells me that it's still really warm by the time he gets it. But anyway, so he also has some shredded cheese to go on the chili dogs, of course, and then some frozen grapes and some chips and dip. This is the French onion with bacon dip, and then the cheddar and sour cream chips. Really good combination. And then Josh even sent me this little clip of him after he put his chili dog together to show me how much he liked it. He probably did not expect me to put it in my video, but that's how I roll. Moving on to Wednesday, I packed him 2 sandwiches. This is on the Sara Lee artesian bread, I believe is what it's called. And I sent Josh to the deli to get some ham and cheese loaf cut, and he got it cut extremely thick, but he's the one eating it. So I also put cheese on there and some mayo and mustard, and he requested some loaded potato soup. So that's what's in the thermos, and I'm going to show you how I make it. So I start by peeling 2.5 pounds of russets. This is the amount that works for my family. If you are a bigger family, you could very easily double this. My least favorite part is peeling the potatoes, but once you get that done, everything else is a breeze. So I just wash those off, and then I'm just going to take those and chop those into bite-sized pieces. I try to keep them around the same size. And then I'm going to pour in 3 cups of chicken broth. I love using chicken broth versus water. It gives it extra flavor. You don't drain that, and you let it boil for about 12 to 14 minutes, and then you add in a can of cream of chicken and about a half a cup of sour cream. Then I'm going to season it up. I like to add in some garlic powder and onion powder. I add a lot of black pepper and then just a little bit of salt. And then this grindstaff rub, the Three Kings, was sent to me by Jim. Thank you again for sending that to me. I've been loving it, and it really made this potato soup like extra special. It gave it such a great flavor. And lastly, I just add in some shredded sharp cheddar cheese, and look at how thick and creamy this soup is. I promise you won't be disappointed if you make this. And then I, of course, topped it with bacon and some chives. And then I made this really quick and easy dessert that was so bomb. Absolutely loved it. So I just crushed up some graham crackers, threw that in the bottom, and I topped it with this no-bake cheesecake mix by Philadelphia. Added some sliced strawberries, and then I just threw in some chocolate chips. And you just stir all that together, and I swear, it's just so good. And then on Thursday, I made an Instant Pot buffalo cheesy chicken and rice type deal. So here I've just have my Instant Pot turned on to saute. I've added in some olive oil, and I let that get really hot before adding in my chicken. I did add in 2 boneless, skinless chicken breasts that I diced up, and I seasoned it with some of the Tony Chachere's Creole seasoning. Then I added in a cup of chicken broth and 2 cups of water. I also added in a few stalks of celery and just a little bit of salt, lots of pepper as always, and I also added in the onion and garlic powder like always. Then I'm just going to give that a quick little stir, and then I'm going to add in 2 cups of long grain white rice that I have rinsed. I'm not stirring it in, I'm just kind of patting it down to make sure that it is covered in the liquid. And then I added about a half a cup of Frank's Red Hot sauce, put the top on, made sure it's set to sealing, and I set the timer for 6 minutes. Once the timer was off, I did a quick release, fluffed up the rice, added in 2 cups of shredded sharp cheddar cheese, and then I added in some ranch, stirred all of that together just until that cheese melted, and so amazing. I took some tortilla chips and dipped it in mine, and I just can't get enough of it. But yeah, I know I just talked really fast, but I will have the recipe link down below. And then to go along with it, I served it with the Dots pretzels. Those are amazing as well. I know so many people are always talking about it. This is our first time trying it, and the seasoning on it is what makes them. Then I just threw in a pack of zebra cakes and a banana for balance. And then to end the week on Friday, Josh is a huge lover of breakfast food, so I just made a big breakfast burrito. So I'm starting off with this huge tortilla. It's the grande size. I have them left over from last week's What's for Dinner when I made those meatless burritos. And I'm just adding some scrambled eggs on top. And then I'm taking this quesadilla cheese and just adding that on so that it'll kind of melt. I also cooked and crumbled up some just breakfast sausage. Added that, and then I could have swore I had frozen hash browns in the freezer, but apparently I didn't, so I just improvised and did some tater tots. I cooked those in the air fryer and added those in. Last minute, I did decide to add just a little more cheese, and then I'm just going to fold that up and crisp it up in a pan. To go along with it, I gave him some tortilla chips, and we tried out this L8 salsa for the first time, and sadly, we did not like it. It was just too sweet for us, so that's a bummer, but you know, everyone's different. And then I served it with some of these pumpkin cheesecake cookies that I made, not from scratch. I just broke them apart and popped them in the oven, but they were really good. But that's going to end the video. I hope you got some ideas. Thank you so much for watching.